Hey everybody, welcome back to another gaming challenge. Today, I'm gonna see if you can beat Halo 4 with only the pistol. The adventure begins with the Master Chief waking up from cryosleep and Cortana looking thick as ever. Damn Cortana, how can I focus on the mission at hand when you're that curvy? After the two do some catching up and discuss the current problems with the ship, we get our hands on a pistol. You can already smell the death. We encounter our first enemy and immediately fail the challenge. No! Calm down, it's not actually a fail. For the record, QuickTime events don't count as fails since they're out of my control. Immediately after I tossed the elite down to be digested in the bowels of the ship, I ran into a whole group of Covenant. The enemies aren't too difficult to deal with. The pistol is accurate and grunts only take one bullet to the face before they become worm food. Elites aren't too tough either. Most of them take 8 shots to kill, which doesn't seem like a lot of ammo, but when you think about it, it's a real problem. The pistol only holds 8 rounds in one magazine, and you can only carry a maximum of 32 bullets. With that math, I can only kill 5 elites with all the bullets I have, and that's assuming I hit every shot. With the amount of enemies in this game, it really makes my day about 4% less enjoyable. To get out of this room, I have to kill all of the enemies who are chilling in it. And since there are pistols on every wall, I killed everyone with a full supply of bullets to spare. My current objective was to manually fire a missile at the Covenant ship from the outer hull so we can make them go boom boom. On my way there, I soon realized that this challenge wouldn't be too easy since after pretty much any firefight I had, I would only have a couple rounds left. So running away from the butthole probers when I could would be my best bet at completing the challenge. I killed some Covenant, went outside, high-fived the computer, launched the missile, blew up the ship, which seemed kinda pointless because there's still 6 ships, but it's all good because the planet eats them for us. Good boy, planet. We now have to make our way to the lifepods to escape, but we get sucked into the gravity well and black out. We wake up on Requiem, and turns out the planet was nice enough to cover us with some cozy scrap metal. Aw, thanks planet. We find out that Cortana is dying, aka going rampant, because she's old as fuck. So now we gotta get to Dr. Halsey ASAP, so John doesn't lose his 8-year-old girlfriend. After traveling through the scrapyard of destroyed ship pieces and dying aliens, we stumble onto some warthogs and a weapons cache. I stock up on ammo and drive until I run into some Covenant. Little did I know that these bastards were gonna stop at nothing to make me fail this pistol-only challenge. So I stupidly wasted ammo in this whole section, which is a big mistake that would later come back to bite me. Right on the tip of my goddamn pee-pee. I get inside the structure, activate the cartographer, and I'm greeted by some enemies that I'm unable to run away from. My first attempt was fruitless, and I even had to restart the mission because there was no way in hell I could kill everything in here with the low amount of ammo I had, even if I didn't miss a single shot. To get into the facility in the first place, I had to kill some enemies who were guarding the door, including an elite who I get a cloaking ability from. When I kill them all, I backtrack to some weapon crates so I can stock up on pistol ammo, and then I'm back at the firefight. Anytime I didn't kill a grunt or jackal with a single bullet, I would reload the checkpoint until I got it perfect. Using the cloaking device makes the jackals drop their guard, making it easier to land a headshot. FYI, it's okay for me to use armor abilities as long as they don't damage enemies or cover me from taking damage, like the auto sentry or the hard light shield. After I finished off all the enemies and the last 2 elites, I was only left with 4 more bullets. We find out a UNSC ship, the Infinity, is inside the planet apparently, and now our objective is to find a terminus that will take us there. I descended down to an underground bridge, which was teeming with trolls. I ran across it before they could kill me, and this is also where I found out that Halo 4 has the really annoying mechanic where you slow down to a walk when you take damage while running. This would come to anger me for the rest of the challenge. Once I got outside, I ran by even more Covenant until I reached the door and a set of hunters and elites. The door doesn't open until both the pairs die, so I thought the challenge was a fail right here, but when I left the battle to find a nice quiet patch of grass to cry on, I discovered a gold mine of pistol ammo. So I released all of my built-up frustration on the elites first, showing them that advanced alien technology is no match for very fast flying pieces of pea-sized metal. I then went to share this information with the hunters. I destroyed the walking worm tanks, went into a tower, found the terminus, said hello to some nice looking young chaps, and jumped through the portal. In the next level, we find ourselves in a room and travel through a second portal into the bottom of a rocky chasm. Something told me that the young chaps from before weren't very kind. This is where we're introduced to the Forerunner Enemies. Due to the amount of video game controllers I have destroyed over the years, I figured I was more than capable of winning the battle against technology. But they're actually the biggest problem in the challenge. The little puppy robot things are as easy as grunts. A single bullet to the head and their lives are over. But the Promethean Knights on the other hand are bullet sponges. They take about 12 shots to kill, and it seems like every knight is accompanied by a hovering piece of shit. These things make shields to protect the knights, and when they aren't doing that, they resort to shooting me in the nipple tits. These fucking poopers are annoying to deal with, and take about 5 bullets to kill per enemy unless you land an impossibly difficult headshot. Their heads are the size of a chihuahua's dick, so good luck shooting them there. I was forced to kill all the enemies in this section to proceed, so I did it over and over again until I almost perfectly hit every shot, wasting only 1 bullet. Already I was low on ammo. I come to a section where I need to destroy some power cores. The very moment I got there, I tried to destroy them with my pistol, but I didn't have enough ammunition to do so. So I just beat them into submission. This isn't a complete fail since I didn't have to kill an enemy or anything, but it's not a total success either. So we'll call this a semi-fail. Not enough to fail the challenge, but also not enough to be totally satisfied with a victory. The victory would be bittersweet. We ride the elevator up, I disable the first beam array, I head through a portal and end up in a similar looking environment, but this time the Covenant and Prometheans are fighting each other, which means I could easily slip by in all the chaos. Once again, I need to repeat everything I already did. I destroyed some more power cores, I went up another elevator, and disabled the second beam array. I come into contact with another group of Covenant that I need to kill. I make short work of them, have some biscuits and tea with Voldemort, but cooler. The Covenant befriend him, and now the area we are in has turned into a ticking time bomb. We grab a ghost, play through a discount store warthog run. We land in a safely epic way. The Infinity crash lands 77 kilometers away. The Didact goes after the ship, and Master Chief now has to walk 77 fucking kilometers. Our current objective in Mission 4 is to find the UNSC forces from the Infinity. We run by a lot of Prometheans and acquire the Promethean vision from a dead bad guy. This is the only part in the entire game where the Promethean vision comes in handy or is needed, so it's actually very useless. We stumble onto the UNSC forces, and this woman Spartan disrespects the literal savior of humanity.
I thought you'd be taller.
You thought I'd be taller? Oh, well, I thought you would be a better written character, but it is what it is, isn't it? My next objective is to find the UNSC forces again, but this time I need to kill an entire army of Prometheans with only my dinky little pistol. I was impressed with how many enemies my comrades killed, and how many I killed with only the pistol. But let me tell you right now, this level was a colossal failure. I couldn't finish off the enemies here with my pistol, even when I didn't waste a single shot. Immediately after these bozos, there's wave after wave of Prometheans, and I need to kill them all to get through the mission. Then after this section, there's another section where I need to kill everyone in the area to clear a landing zone. Oh, but this is just the start of it. Then there's a tank section, which honestly isn't too bad. I just drove past everyone. But after all that bullshit, I need to use a mantis for the remainder of the level. Of course, I did the same thing as I did in the tank section. I just ignored them all until I got outside. But for the entirety of this section, I need to use the mantis's guns because I need to kill wave after wave of Covenant and then these 3 jammers. So in short, this mission took a fat shit on my hopes and dreams of successfully completing the challenge. If I could finish the rest of the missions with only a pistol, I would feel a little better. So I fire the Mac cannon, and the didact goes wee 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 all the way home. Mission 5 is all about destroying some particle cannons with the mammoth so the Infinity can get through the gravity well and go home without everyone on board becoming human hamburger meat. I don't start the mission with a pistol, but as soon as I board the mammoth, there's an entire arsenal of them. The pistols were my bread and butter, but it quickly turned into a shit sandwich because I need to use the target locator to destroy the particle cannon. Aw, for fuck's sakes, man. I tried leaving, but time simply wasn't on my side, so there's another fail to add to the list. The mammoth would become my allies' bridge because on alien planets, water is highly destructive. So if you don't board the mammoth within 3 nanoseconds of the hatch opening, the driver will become impatient and leave everyone behind. As I watched pieces of my teammates flow downstream, I wondered if humanity was even worth saving. In the next section, there's 3 energy pillars that I destroy with the pistol. This results in my ammo stores taking a huge beating. However, this mission is just another big failure, so I'm gonna sum it up from here. I destroy yet another particle cannon, my allies defend the mammoth for me, I destroy a Covenant ship with only my pistol, blam blam blam. I ignore the walking vibrators and armored dinosaurs until I reach a facility where I get lost in Cortana's artificial butt cheeks. I talk to Voldemort's wife, also known as the Librarian. She tells John that he's the chosen one and evolves him like a fucking Pokemon. So now he's invincible to the composer, I think. I don't really know. Halo 4's story is confusing and boring, so who cares really. I destroy 3 more energy shield pillars and yet another particle cannon, concluding mission 5. The 6th mission is all about staying behind on the planet to stop the didact while Captain Pussypants runs away. The homeboy Lasky gives us a pelican, but unfortunately skipped out on giving us a pistol. If you know anything about mission 6, then you would know about the major skip. You're supposed to go to these 2 towers and disable some shit or something, but if you fly straight, you'll reach some doors and a loading zone, and pretty much reach the end of the level. The only problem here is that there's 2 hunters to kill, and I don't have a pistol, but luckily, gravity can be very beneficial to the creative mind. I just stood at the edge of the drop-off, and the hunters would try to fling me off, but I have a jetpack, so they would fall into the abyss, and I would safely bamboozle them. I retrieve Cortana, we board a lich, we go through a portal, and that concludes the 6th mission. This mission is all about stopping the didact from getting his hands on the composer. Not quite sure what it does, but he doesn't deserve it. My first objective is to locate a Dr. Tilson. Wanting to save my ammunition, I ran away from a lot of enemies and gunned down a lot of allies so I could get even more ammo. Investing 101. I slap a computer, I killed some Covenant so I could get through the door, which was easy enough since my teammates donated their ammo to me. I ran by a buttload of Covenant until I reached this room with hunters, which again was easy because the soldiers and scientists are helping me and pistol ammo is plentiful here. I find Dr. Tilson, and for a 50-something-year-old archaeologist, she says one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my 19 years of life.
Maybe next time you rescue us, you can give us more time to pack.
What? Are you serious? Oh, my bad. I'll just ask the Didact and Covenant politely if they can hold off on their genocide of mankind. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to oblige, seeing how reasonable they've been thus far. Idiot. The next objective is to help Dr. Tilson evac the station. I run by even more Covenant, and there's a room that must be cleared out before I can proceed. There's Covenant chilling in the airlocks, and I release them into space so there's less enemies to deal with. This doesn't count as killing enemies without the pistol, because I'm simply opening a hatch into space. Whether or not Covenant are in these pods are pure coincidence. It's not my fault that they happen to be in there when I press the button. Even if you look at the kill counter, the amount of kills I have doesn't go up, so that just proves my point. I kill everything in the face, go into the next room and do it again. I press a button, and here comes the next fail of the challenge, a vehicle section. I tried for 30 minutes to do this pistol only, but it's impossible. There's dozens of enemies including wraiths, ghosts, and like 8 banshees. So at this point that's what, the 100th fail? Jesus Christ, man. We press a button, shit gets fucked, the composer gets swiped, Tilson and the other scientists become party confetti, and the mission ends. So far, I failed 4 of the 7 missions. The challenge at this point is a colossal failure. But hey, you know what? We've made it this far, so we might as well finish it. The chief survives because he's the chosen one, which makes him immune to the composer or something along those lines. We grab a longsword and go through a slipspace portal with the Didact ship. I'll be honest, this whole longsword section is super awesome, but son of a bitch, I have to destroy psychic balls of energy. This entire mission is another colossal failure. There isn't a single pistol in the entire mission, and there's countless sections where I need to kill enemies to continue through the mission. So Jesus Christ, it's a fail, ladies and gentlemen. The Infinity shoots the Didact ship, we crash land inside of his ship, we place Cortana in the ship 3 different times so she can mess it up somehow. Her chip gets destroyed, which means we can't save her anymore. She saves us from the Didact, we experience the most piss poor excuse of a boss fight ever, a fucking quicktime event, which also turns these weird Promethean grenades into a frag grenade. The Master Chief wants to save Earth from the composer, so he punches a nuclear bomb to destroy it. He somehow survives because Cortana turned into a fallout shelter? Oh my god, what is this fucking story, man? Blah blah blah, end this fucking nightmare. The end. So, was I able to beat Halo 4 with only a pistol? Not even close, my guy. But hey, now we know. The question is answered. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.